Hello, this is 8th grade science, Unit 11 assessment. This is lesson 11.11 and Unit 11, the atmosphere. There are 22 questions on this assessment. Question 1. How much energy radiated by the sun reaches Earth? A. About 80%. B. About 50%. C. About 2 billionths. D. About 1/100th. Question 2. One reason for global warming may be A. Decreasing global gases. B. Increasing global gases. C. Increasing greenhouse gases. D. Decreasing greenhouse gases. Question 3. Global winds that blow from west to east are called polar easterlies, B. Westerlies, C. Mountain breezes, D. Trade winds. Question 4. Mountain and valley breezes are caused by A. Differences in temperature and elevation. B. Similarities in temperature and elevation. C. The same temperature at all elevations. Or D. High temperature at all elevations. Oops. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So we're at question 4 here. Mountain and valley breezes. Question 5. A rapid change in a body of water's acidity is called A. Acid precipitation, B. Acid flow, C. Acid shock, or D. Aquatic shock. Question 6. Which is an example of a primary pollutant? A. Ozone, B. Sea salt, C. Acid rain, D. Smog. Question 7. What is the largest source of human-caused air pollution in the United States? A. Chemical waste, B. Smoke from power plants, C. Vehicle exhaust, or D. Ozone. Question 8. Air pressure decreases as what increases? So air pressure decreases as what increases? A. Altitude, B. Radiation, C. Water vapor, or D. Pollution. Question 9. Some ovens have a fan to circulate the hot air inside the oven cavity to make food cook more quickly. What is this an example of? A. Radiation, B. Thermal conduction, C. Convection, D. Greenhouse effect. So, radiation, thermal conduction, convection, or greenhouse effect. Question 10. Which of the following is a consequence of acid precipitation? A. Global warming, B. Breathing problems, C. acidification of lakes, or D, smog? Question 11 is matching. Use the terms from the following list to complete the sentences below. So our terms are westerlies, trade winds, Coriolis effect, polar easterlies, secondary, greenhouse effect, thermal conduction, or primary. Ozone and smog are examples of blank pollutants. Question 12. The blank is caused by gases in the atmosphere that absorb radiation and transfer heat. Your terms are westerlies, trade winds, Coriolis effect, polar easterlies, secondary, greenhouse effect, thermal conduction, primary. The blank is caused by gases in the atmosphere that absorb radiation and transfer heat. Question 13. Winds in the northern hemisphere traveling north curve to the east, and winds traveling south curve to the west due to the blank. Westerlies, trade winds, Coriolis effect, polar easterlies, secondary, greenhouse effect, thermal conduction, or primary. Question 14. Use the terms from the following list to complete the sentences. Your new terms here are stratosphere, troposphere, mesosphere, or thermosphere. If the layers of the atmosphere were a cake, the icing would be the blank. Question 15. The coldest layer of the atmosphere is the blank. Stratosphere, troposphere, mesosphere, or thermosphere. Question 16 is an open-ended question. Please make sure to use full sentences and explain your reasoning. Question 16 asks you to explain why mountain breezes occur. If you're not quite done with that, you can always come back to finish it. Question 17, again, an open-ended question. Explain how gases in the Earth's atmosphere can be compared to the glass covering a greenhouse. How can gases in the Earth's atmosphere be compared to the glass covering a greenhouse? Again, you can always come back to that question. Question 18 asks you to explain how density affects the transfer of thermal energy in the air. How does density affect the transfer of thermal energy in the air? Question 19. How does air temperature over land masses and adjacent bodies of water change between day and night? Question 20. List two kinds of breezes that result from local topography. Question 21 is matching. Match each item with the correct statement below. So this is the coldest layer. Temperature decreases as altitude increases. Troposphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, or stratosphere. The coldest layer. Temperature decreases as altitude increases. The second statement is layered gases, thin air, and little moisture. Is that the troposphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, or the stratosphere? The last one for this question is the lack of particle density and little thermal energy transfer. Again, you have troposphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and stratosphere. Okay, question 22, our last question. Match each item with the correct statement below. So what uses both gasoline and electric power? Air pollution, the ozone hole, the allowance trading system, or a hybrid car? And lastly, what allows more UV radiation to reach the Earth? Air pollution, the ozone hole, the allowance trading system, or a hybrid car? Okay, that's the end of your Unit 11 assessment. Again, make